4R corrections starting with Suhyun. You said, you were talking about the Nobel Prize laureate. You said he's an Englishman origin to Japan. He's English, but originally from Japan. Or you can say he was born in Japan and raised in England. That works too. Next, you said if there are American Korean, we could have the same action. You were talking about the minister, right? The French minister?
Yeah.
Or you were kind of comparing to the French minister. We could feel the same about a Korean American.
We can feel the same.
Yeah, we could feel the same way about a Korean American. Or I think you were also saying that it's possible for a Korean American to win the Nobel Prize. Is that what you're saying too? No? Okay. So we can feel the same way about a Korean American. Yodel, you said, I already say I got a meeting. When you were talking about, you had mentioned that at the beginning of your 1-minute speech. So, now when you say I already said this, it actually sounds kind of rude. It sounds like you're being impatient, If somebody says, oh, what time are we doing this? Oh, I already told you, it sounds kind of impatient. I would recommend saying, as I had mentioned earlier. It comes off a little bit more polite. As I had mentioned earlier, we had a meeting today. And then you said, you were talking about social media, using social media with marketing, I guess. And then you said it has transformed our brand to publics. It helps give us more exposure. Yeah. And then you said, I really like the analog side. It reminded me of a really useful expression that you hear sometimes, like in movies and stuff. Sometimes we say, I like to do things the old-fashioned way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then you said the hit item is not the predictable items. It's hard to predict what's going to be a hit. It's hard to predict what's going to be popular, maybe? Yeah. Misa?
Yes.
You said his novels has been influenced by Japanese culture. So you have is and has and been. Mm-hmm. So his novels were influenced by Japanese culture. Or you could change the structure of the sentence a little bit. Japanese culture had a heavy influence on his novel or on his work. This show, which industry put more effort about the AI system when you were talking about the chart pitch? This chart shows, it's kind of hard to say, I guess, put more effort. So this chart this chart shows which industry has a higher presence of AI, or where AI has a higher presence, I guess. Yeah. This chart shows where AI, or which industry AI has a higher presence. Jihei? You were talking about the movie Minority Report. You said, I still don't remember the name, but the contents of the story. I still don't remember the name, but the story is about. Mm-hmm. And then you said, of course, there's a need for a good analysis for big data. Actually, that's not that bad. Let it go. No one knows what will happen in 1 or 2 months. Nobody knows, or nobody can predict what will happen in 1 or 2 months. It's and just say it without be happen. Just what will happen without the be.
What will be happen?
No be.
No be.
Yeah. What will happen? Yeah. Chungha? My 1-minute speak effect is about iPhone 8 issues. The focus of my 1-minute speech is about iPhone 8 issues, or the topic. Or unless you were talking about the effects of the iPhone 8 issues. I'm not sure if you were talking about the effects or if you were talking about your topic. But if you were talking about the topic, then yeah. We use the many test, but I think it's different than AI. We use a number of tests. So sometimes instead of saying many, and this gets overused a lot. Oh, we have many this, many this, many this. It's actually, we say a number of things instead of a lot or many. So we have a number of tests, but they are not AI tests, or they don't have anything to do with AI. So here, if someone born in British, raised in British, but he is Korean, if someone was born and raised in the UK, but he is Korean. So like, it's kind of hard to say, like, you know, I am born in Texas and raised in Texas. Usually I just say I was born and raised, yeah. Actually, I wanted to talk to some samples of AI, but everybody talked about it. I wanted to list some examples of AI, but we had already mentioned it. And then you said, so many people threatened about that, so many people felt threatened by it. So you gotta just change about to by. So many people felt threatened by it. And last, the word Ukraine. It's kind of strange, but in English we say Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah. But every other country in the world says it with oo. So it's just English that we say it wrong. We say it wrong, but it's the correct way to say it in English. Thank you, guys.